The Diocese of Fall River and its fundraising arm, the Catholic Foundation, will hold its second annual gala in support of the restoration of the Cathedral of St. Mary of the Assumption in Fall River on June 7th.
We're calling it Lumen Christi, which means light of Christ, and it's really we're shining the light on this beautiful cathedral. And so the event itself is helping us to raise some initial funds, but we're hoping that it will also start to inspire folks to make significant gifts. Last year we raised about $220,000 at the event, and we had over 250 attendees at Whites of Westport to celebrate that evening. This year we're really excited. The event is slated for Wednesday, June 7th, also at Whites of Westport. They've been wonderful partners to the Diocese of Fall River. At the moment we have raised $125,000, but we have several weeks to go, and we're really anticipating a full house at Whites once again this year.
Renovating the mid-19th century cathedral will take many years to complete and cost millions of dollars, but some work has begun. The entire structure was scanned to provide accurate floor plans of the building, and initial renovations are focusing on the outside of the structure.
One of the things we wanted to do was focus on the critical conditions at the cathedral now, one of which was the missing slates at just above the front doors at the very ridge of the cathedral. There was about 6 slates that were missing. The boards of the roof were exposed, so we hired a crane. We went up and did that. We also did sampling of the shingles, because one of the things we need to establish is the condition of the fasteners themselves to determine what would be the future of the slates. Do we need to replace it? Or if they're copper nails, they'll be sufficient to hold them in place for many, many more years. We opened an access on Spring Street just behind me to bring in a man lift to start to take apart the lancet window that was in very critical shape. Part of the center membrane members of wood was deteriorated to the point that the window had started to sag. So all of the stained glass needed to be removed. The frame itself needed to be removed. We're matching those frames with special shapers to recreate the profiles and to restore the window frame. So that those windows have been sent out, and it's going to be about 6 months before that stained glass restoration can take place and be completed.
The effort to raise funds for the cathedral are being driven by a group of community volunteers. Local business and community leader Carl Saweko says the cathedral is the spiritual and physical hub of the diocese and must be preserved.